So now we're going to jump into the leads module, and we're just going to talk about the layout of the modules, because the modules are all pretty much laid out in the same way. So down the left hand side we've got a list of fields, and these are all the fields that appear in your record. So let's say at the moment we're in leads, so on this list we can see city, we can see company, we can see country, we can see email, we can see first name. These are all fields that are filled out on a lead record, and this search at the top just helps you filter out these from this list to find what you're looking for. So I can see city there, but if I was to type city and spell it correctly, that it would show up. So we can see cities there now, so I can check that, and I can apply a filter here and say city is London, or city is Brighton, or city is wherever. And when I do that and click apply filter, the list of records will only display whatever meets this criteria. If there's a specific criteria that you're using all the time, then that brings us to the next option here. I'm just going to click clear here. That just brings us to this next option, which is this drop down where you can create custom filters. Basically, that's all these are on this list. If I click all leads, this just shows me all of the leads in the system. If I click, let's take for example my leads, these are only leads that are assigned to my account that I'm the owner of, basically, then it only shows me those. And basically, if there's a specific criteria you're using, you can create your own custom view, as it says at the bottom. Then we've got, the one thing there that I nearly missed out. There's two things here I'm hovering over. So this one lets you edit the current view. So there's a little pencil icon if you want to adjust the filters that are being used on that view. And then the next one is refresh. You can of course refresh the browser up here, but you can also click this refresh button and it just refreshes the data that's being shown to you in here. It's a little bit quicker than doing the browser refresh, and as you see, you can only see it when you hover over this bar at the top. Then moving along, we've got our views. So I'm looking at the records at the moment in the list view. I prefer to work like that. One of the reasons for that is because you can see these kind of flags, and I really like that. That means that there's something to be done. You can see here, I can see that there's a task, and I can see that there's a phone call to be made. So I find that really useful to just make things stand out. The Kanban view is quite popular. This is like Trello, if you've ever used that. Basically now we're looking at the same information, the same records, but they're displayed as little cards, and they're organized based on a specific field in the records. So in this case, it looks like it's the lead status field, and it means rather than going into the record and changing that, it's probably a drop down field, I can actually just take this record here and move it into the next field, and that's updating that drop down lead status as well. So that's very useful. So we've got different views and things here that you can use. Then we've got a button here to create a lead. So if I click on that, we can see the form there, the lead creation form. Then we've got a little drop down as well that lets us import leads. Then we've got actions. So these are things normally that are affecting more than one lead, or sorry, I should say more than one record. You can see there's mass update there. There's all kinds of options here. Typically, as a beginner, you won't really be using these. There may be times when you want to update multiple records, but we'll cover that in a separate video. So I'm going to go back to the list view, just prefer the list view. Then if we come down to our list view, we can see that like any kind of spreadsheet or any kind of table data that you're looking at these days, you can organize that data. You can just click at the top and you can choose to sort it so that it displays in a specific order, which is very useful. Another thing that's useful here is if there's a column, because these columns are exactly the same, all the things that are listed in these filters, all the different fields, these columns represent those fields as well. So for example, there we've got phone, which is the phone number in all the records, and you'll see that also appears on the left hand side. So if I type phone, there's a phone field, and that's literally what you're seeing there. If there's things that you don't use on here, you can hide them. If there's information that you want to see in the list view, then you can show that as well, and you just do that by clicking this little settings icon on the right hand side. So let's say we don't want to see phone anymore. I can click that and do manage columns. I can turn off phone and click save. And now the phone column's gone. That will update for all users. So if there's someone else who's using the My Leads view, that will change this layout for them. Even if you reorder these columns, the same way you do that is go into the settings here, manage columns, and then you can actually just hover over these, and you see you get this little handle icon on the left hand side. Then you can pull up that. So I'm putting lead source after lead name, click save. See, now lead source has moved to here. So it is important that when you're using the system that you have it set up in the most user-friendly way for you. But this generally depends on your workflow, and just remember that this will affect the layout for other people as well. So that's it for now, and I will see you in the next video. Hi everyone, if you found this helpful, this is just one of the many tips included in my Zoho CRM New Users course. You'll find a link to the full course in the description below, so check it out for more in-depth guidance. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all my Zoho tips. See you in the next video.